Ayushi, could you throw some light for the viewers on study abroad?
Sure. So study abroad is a very wide concept. There are various reasons when students are opting for study abroad. Some of them are easy admission process, immigration pathway. Here student can also earn while he is studying. So student can extend the work permit for 2 to 3 years and earn up to 40,000 to 1 lakh in countries like UK, USA, Canada, France and Germany. Some other reasons are immigration pathway, practical training during studies, exciting campus lifestyles, or co-ops, internships, better study options. So these are some major reasons why students are opting for study abroad.
How are the students going to prepare themselves to study abroad?
Okay, so there are some study abroad examinations student would have to crack the same, and he or she can appear in study abroad like IELTS Academic and General, TOEFL IBT, PTE, GRE, SET, GMAT or UKVI IELTS.
Is it really tough to prepare for these examinations?
Well, it is little tough to prepare for this examination. However, we have made it very simple for our students, so he or she can do coaching with us with our online and offline platforms, blended learning, self-paced learning platforms with the best of the best teachers and faculties and trainers that we provide. So here, for the very first of its attempt, Kanan International has introduced a brilliant concept called KYS. So here student can come to our lab, he can experience the real test conditions, he can save a lot of money. Also, he can boost his confidence to a very high level, and he or she can check the level of the readiness of his examination.
Could you please brief us on the concept?
Sure. So KYS, that is Know Your Score, is an amazing concept for student as far as preparation for study abroad is concerned. Here we invite our students to our high-tech computer laboratories. We give them system as per their convenience and as per the slots they have booked, so that they can get familiarized with the system. And then we give them a test content. Here the test content that we give to our students is 97 to 98% simulated to the actual test, so that he can experience the real test content. And then after the test is completed, we give them predicted scores. After the predicted scores, we give them detailed evaluation as per the predicted score, so that he can prepare accordingly.
Is KYS available for all exams?
Yeah, for all the major examinations of study abroad like IELTS Academic and General, TOEFL IBT, PTE, GRE, SET, GMAT, UKVI IELTS, and also for French, KYS is available. Now, if you consider IELTS Academic and General or TOEFL IBT or PTE, so these three are English language based proficiency test. So what are the types of questions? What are the patterns of question asked? It is really important for student to know this, how the speaking test is conducted, how the listening, reading and writing test is conducted. So it is really important for student to understand the sensitivity of the pattern of questions asked. If you consider GRE, so GRE has the most toughest subjects like quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, analytical writing skills, critical thinking. So these are the toughest subjects. So student will have to understand what are the pattern and what are the types of question asked. The student will have to score between 290 to 295, and if he or she is applying for scholarship, then he has to score above 315 for scholarship. So a series of mock tests would really help if a student is going to apply for GRE. If you talk about SET, so even in SET, student has to score between 400 to 1600. For good scores, he has to score above 1400. So again, the subjects of SET also, they are very tough. So it is really important for student that he gives a series of mock tests before appearing these tests. If you consider French, so now French is an official language in 29 countries. So if a student is knowing French for Canada immigration, the points has increased to 25 now. So for the jobs in travel and tourism, management, MNCs, so for all these jobs, it is really important for student to know French.
Could you please tell me the authenticity of the test?
Sure. So the test content that we give to students is really authentic and genuine, as all the content is verified and checked multiple times by our highly qualified trainers and faculties in question bank, and then only we give it to student. As I told you earlier, the authenticity is 97 to 98% simulated to the actual tests.
What is the significance of scoring high in these competitive exams? And how does KYS serve the purpose of helping the students in securing the best possible score?
Okay, so scoring high in all this examination is different for all the examinations and countries. So if you talk about IELTS and Canada, so if a student has a score of 6 or 6.5 and above, a student is eligible for SDS category in good colleges and universities of Canada. If you talk about USA, then a good score will lead to good scholarship options. If you talk about UK, then a good score in IELTS would open gateways of many graduates and undergraduates program for students in good colleges and universities. If you talk about New Zealand, so here with a good score above 6.5 or 7, student can get admission in direct level 8 program. So here he can save one complete year of his education. If you talk about Australia, so here in ELICOS program, student can save up to 5,000 Australian dollars per semester in one of the best colleges and universities in Australia. And then if you talk about Germany, so in Germany, student can get admission in good colleges and university, government colleges and university in fact, and get waiver of one complete year waiver of tuition fees.
Can you tell me some courses where there is a bright future for students?
Yes, of course. So in Western countries like Canada, USA, UK, France, Germany or Ireland, healthcare sector is a very regulated occupation. Our Indian qualifications are just not accepted over there. So for becoming a licensed physiotherapist or a licensed nurse or a doctor or a dentist, a score of 7 or 7.5 is really important. So healthcare sector is one of the courses or jobs which has highest employability in these Western countries with highest paid salaries.
Is it also beneficial for people who are looking for immigration?
Yes, of course. So whoever is looking for immigration, it is really important for them to score high because immigration in any country requires more score. So if you talk about Canada, a good score of 7 to 8 bands is required in IELTS for immigration in if you say express entry, PNP, rural and northern immigration pilot, federal skilled worker, or Quebec, Canada, or even immigration in New Zealand or Australia.
How students get to know about KYS and how can you help us with this?
Okay, so student can simply book the KYS slot with us as per their convenient time. He can come at our lab as per the slots booked by them, and here we would give them a system or pen paper in that case, and then he would complete the test. We would give him the predicted scores and the detailed evaluation on the basis of that.
Is it possible for students to give KYS multiple times?
Yes, of course. In fact, we suggest students to give KYS multiple times because it is just difficult to attempt KYS only once and get complete idea about the examination environment. So we suggest students to give KYS multiple times.
Are these series of mock tests only computer based?
No, these are not only computer based. It is pen paper based and computer based both. So student can choose as per their convenience.
If a student books multiple KYS at a time with you, then do you make the test sequence adaptive? Does the level change with each question? Does it get hard from easy?
No, we actually don't do that because in real test scenarios, there is no such concept or system. So all the papers have different question types and patterns, but there is no such system that it gets easy to harder to make it adaptive. So we don't want to mislead our students in that case. So we don't do that.
How can you be so sure about the prediction parameters?
Okay, so we are quite sure about our prediction parameters because we always suggest our students to book more than one slot for KYS. Like we suggest them to book at least 3 slots for KYS so that he can track his improvement. Suppose in first KYS he gets some scores and detailed evaluation. So on the basis of that, he would prepare for next examination so that here he can track his improvement. So what in this particular time frame he has improved. So, and we also don't suggest our student to book IELTS test date until and unless we are sure about him.
Who can enroll in this test?
Since I told you KYS is an amazing edtech platform for all the test takers, we have not kept it restricted to only Kanan International students. So all the Kanan students as well as any student who is preparing from any other institution or preparing by themselves can enroll in KYS with us.
Could you please tell me the price of the test?
Yes, so the price of the KYS test is only 1,000 rupees. That is less than 1/10 of any of the actual examination test. So before giving any test examination, before booking any test dates, please appear KYS once and check your level of readiness within no amount.